pure boredom. I think that's the best way to describe most people's experience during this coronavirus outbreak. If you're a wrestling fan, you're probably going to be deprived of a lot of new content for the foreseeable future. And if you like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, it's going to be in the Performance Center in front of no audience. And if you like AEW, it's pretty much going to be the exact same thing. And even though I'm grateful we're going to get these live shows to keep our minds off of everything, it's not really going to be that great. So you might be asking yourself, what could I possibly watch until wrestling companies start running live shows again? I got you covered. So of course you can still access the WWE Network library and watch everything they have, and that might be your savior right now. You can also do the same thing on Ring of Honor Club and in New Japan World, one of my favorites. But what if you want to watch something that's current and new despite the outbreak that's causing live events to be canceled? First thing you should start with is NWA Power. Right now is actually a perfect time to start watching the NWA because they're currently building to the Crockett Cup, which was originally scheduled for next month in April, has just been canceled, but is still likely to go on sometime in the near future. So with that, there's two very important factors to consider here. The first one is that NWA's tapings are completely done up until the Crockett Cup was scheduled. So they're gonna have shows and content to give us for a whole nother month at least. And that's pretty good in this situation, honestly. A new episode of Power comes out every Tuesday night, and if you haven't watched it yet, I strongly suggest it because it's actually really good. The current NWA World Heavyweight Champion is Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus in Impact, and he's scheduled to face Marty Scurll at the Crockett Cup whenever it's going to be. And that's a pretty big match. The two of them are really close friends in real life, and the build and the overall storyline leading up to it has been very good and well worth your time. NWA also has a working relationship with Ring of Honor, so don't be surprised when you see some familiar faces from ROH on NWA Power. And also, to those who haven't seen it before, NWA sticks with a very retro theme and overall just really good quality wrestling in a very small venue. And again, I think if you watch it, you'll really enjoy it. And it's probably the best programming you can watch that has current stuff going on right now. And the second biggest factor, and honestly my favorite part about it, is that when it comes out on Tuesday nights, it's on YouTube. So you can watch it whenever you want, wherever you want, and it's very easily accessible. But the NWA isn't the only company that posts their shows on YouTube. Major League Wrestling, MLW, does the exact same thing. MLW is my second recommendation during this coronavirus outbreak, and basically for the same exact reasons. It's easily accessible on YouTube, and their tapings have been done for a little while, so there's going to be some content to watch. And in Major League Wrestling, you will see a lot of familiar faces. You'll see guys like Austin Aries, MJF, Davey Boy Smith Jr., a lot of people that you've likely seen in other companies or other places, at least for a short while. It's currently run by Court Bauer, who was a former writer in WWE many years ago. And overall, I enjoy MLW as well. The one guy who stands out the most is the heavyweight champ, Jacob Fatu. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is. Jacob Fatu is the nephew of the late Umaga, and he's cousins with Reigns, the Usos, Nia Jax, and he's a part of that ridiculous bloodline of amazing wrestlers. And when you watch him, it's really easy to compare him and see the similarities to Umaga, and he's just a beast. He's a part of the Contra unit stable where he's basically the leader, and he's really special in the ring. And someone who's already making a name for himself, and don't be surprised when you see him on your television screens sometime in the future. But getting back to MLW in general, when you watch it, you can expect to see strong matches and characters, especially from Selena De La Renta, who was awesome. And with only a 1 hour runtime, it's definitely worth your time. And the same thing with NWA Power. It's only 1 hour long, so it's not like it's going to be a chore to watch if you don't totally love it. And my last recommendation for what to watch comes from Ring of Honor. And I'm not even talking about the weekly ROH TV. I'm talking about what they're doing on YouTube right now. Whoever's in charge of Ring of Honor's YouTube channel right now deserves a raise because they're doing an amazing job of giving fans exactly what they want to see. In celebration of their 18th anniversary, Ring of Honor is uploading some of their best feuds and matches that they've ever had in their company's history. Each video is about an hour apiece, and it contains 3 matches that each of those individuals had, and they're absolutely worth your time, and 3 matches that you would definitely want to see, especially if you're a Ring of Honor fan. Ring of Honor's streaming service, ROH Club, is kind of confusing, and personally, I don't even really know how to navigate it, so I canceled it because I was looking for matches like this, and I really didn't even know how to access them. But now that they're so easily accessible on YouTube, this is the perfect time to get on that and watch them. Again, when you think about the names I listed off, those are some of the best wrestlers of their generation, and again, why wouldn't you want to see their matches? So between Ring of Honor's throwback uploads, MLW, and NWA Power. I think there's a lot of great content that we can still watch and enjoy to keep our minds off of everything while we wait for things to at least start to get back to normal. In the comment section, let me know if you have any thoughts or questions regarding the 3 things that I listed, and let me know what you're watching to pass the time. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more content just like this. You can also follow me on Twitter at NoCellTV and on Instagram, NoCell Wrestling. But for now, this is NoCell Wrestling, and thank you for watching.